perspiration than this. How did she do it? Congratulations. You're in.
Degree kicks in
the clutch. If you're thinking about remarrying your ex,
I've got a great idea.
you might want to think again. You'll find judgment,
Marrying the same guy twice is like reheating leftovers.
drama,
It takes a while.
suspicion,
You were the most jealous man I have ever been involved with.
There were others?
but most of all, you'll find
God, I love you.
I love you too.
that everything's sweeter the second time around. UPN Mondays this fall after Girlfriends.
Next week on Amish in the City. The Amish are shown the rougher side of living in the city.
That's insane.
There are no homeless Amish in the Amish community.
I think the Amish kids be amazed to see where I come from.
They all head off to Whitney's house in South Central LA for some good home cooking.
No matter what color you are, everyone there was accepted it.
And Miriam's birthday holds a shocking surprise.
Catch an entire night of comedy. UPN Mondays starting at 8, 7 Central.
I'm Veronica Mars. By day, I go to class. At night, I help my dad out at work. Did I mention he runs a detective agency?
Who's your daddy?
I hate it when you say that. I spy on cheating husbands, try to solve murders. You know, the usual.
Veronica Mars. UPN Tuesdays this fall.
It's a big issue to have cable on your block, because not everyone had it. I remember when I was a kid and Teddy Manch down the street got cable TV, and I wouldn't leave his house.
It made me cut down on my social life, but enjoy it movies a lot more.
How do you ever tell you you'd make a great agent?
I am an agent. I'm an agent for truth. You happen to be an agent for story and headlines.
Coming up next on AMC, Sunday Morning Shootout.
They don't shoot the movie, they shoot the deal.
But they're businesses.
It's about a bankruptcy of ideas.
Whoa!
Everybody's a slave to special effects.
Hold on. It's still about ideas.
2 weeks over and out.
Give me a break.
Wrong, wrong, wrong.
Late as usual. On today's Sunday Morning Shootout, are the studios overly paranoid about the power of internet geeks? And we'll shoot it out with Academy Award-nominated actress Laura Dern. Hello, I'm the waiting Peter Goober.
And I'm Peter Bart. Pete, the studios are increasingly paranoid, and understandably so, about the impact of geek buzz. By that I mean all the stuff on the internet that is sent out to disparage or sometimes embrace a new picture. I mean, the failure of Catwoman to find a big audience, a substantial audience, is a reminder that negative geek buzz can hurt. Remember Harry Knowles of Ain't It Cool News? Suddenly, you know, he's been sent to premieres on private jets, and I think he's got a few development deals from studios. So
Pretty suspicious.
Well, listen, he's become a friend of the family. My only point is that I think the studios are doing something about their paranoia, and their paranoia, to a degree, is justified.
The studios shouldn't be paranoid about the internet. They should be downright frantic, because it is the most successful method of marketing that's ever been devised. You know, the movie audience is an audience of millions. The internet audience is an audience of one millions of times over. It gets to people perfectly. You know, word of mouth, you can only, even with your mouth, you can only talk to 1 or 2 people at a time. In the internet, that word of mouth gets virally marketed and becomes an epidemic. It literally spreads everywhere in the world almost instantaneously.
What happens if it's a bad epidemic?
But that's the key. The trick here is not to try to control this arena. The studios, these big behemoths, want to control everything. They want to control everything in the food chain. You can't control this. This is a very democratic media, the internet. So you have to approach it with the correct paranoia. You have to recognize that reaching this audience is going to be vital to getting the word of mouth out on a film very early. Some of these films, Lord of the Rings, went out in the marketplace 18 months earlier with its material on the internet to start that buzz going.
Yep. So there is this convention called Comic-Con, which originally was just basically a convention of comic books and comic book fanatics. As you know, Hollywood has, consistent with your recommendations, you always get your way, Goober, has aggressively infiltrated this trade gathering. And Tim Gray, the executive editor of Variety, went down there to see what the proceedings were like. And can we bring him aboard and let's hear his experiences?
Cool. Hey, Tim. So he calls them internet geeks. I call them early adopters or avids. The question is, does geek buzz work against films too?
Well, yeah, it can. I mean, I talked to several people there to say, does the internet buzz affect what you're doing? I mean, do you make decisions based on the buzz? For Catwoman, for example, before it started filming, there was buzz about the costume.
Right.
Didn't like the costume.
Yeah.
Didn't like the script touches. But everybody insisted we try not to let it get to us. We try and concentrate on our work. It's like working with somebody standing behind you.
But the film didn't perform.
Well, exactly.
On the other hand, Batman has benefited by some really good internet buzz. Yeah. Something that has kind of spiraled into the mainstream media. You know, once the buzz starts there, the next Batman. The next Batman, the Batmobile. Yeah. So the whole concept is now the mainstream media, I guess you're mainstream, the mainstream media picks up that. They listen, they have ears to the ground there too, and they pick up and do the article. So what it becomes is a seminal source for stories for the larger media.
Yeah, but is it a source? I mean, like, do they know what they want, really? Or they're totally reactive, aren't they? I mean,
who, Hollywood?
The geeks.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think this whole thing is, again, as you indicated earlier, Hollywood kind of doesn't know what to do with this, and they're trying to make up rules as they go along, because even Lord of the Rings and Spider-Man got negative buzz at the beginning with the casting. You know, don't like Elijah Wood, don't like Tobey Maguire. But Hollywood was able to turn that around. So they don't kind of know what to do with negative buzz.
Okay, so here's my question. Does Hollywood really turn them around, or this picture turn out to be good, and that turns them around? In other words, does it really matter what they think? I'm not absolutely convinced, and you disagree with me on this. I'm not convinced it matters. I don't think they have an opinion. They're reactive.
Everything matters. I mean, studios today investing $250 million, a quarter of a B with $1 billion in a film, have to turn over every single rock. And these are rocks that are crucial to getting the buzz started. Why not get the horse running in the right direction? So you ignore this space?
Because it doesn't matter.
It does matter.
Sometimes they like things up front, sometimes they don't. If you deliver a terrific product, my point is, if you do, then all the geeks in the world are going to love you. It doesn't matter trying to appease them up front.
It does matter. You know what? It's not appeasing them. It's recognizing they're a force to be reckoned with, and the internet is a direct line into their hearts and minds. And I really think with this convention, you'll see these are very high net users at this convention. They're very facile with the internet. And I think you have to recognize it's a marketing tool of choice for the sweet spot that we talk about.
That's just the Blair Witch boo-boo stuff, you know? I mean, after Blair Witch, everyone is going to emulate it. There are going to be 10 Blair Witch. There weren't any.
That's just imitation. The question is, the internet is a method to reach the audience in a unique fashion. Our studio has to utilize that as more and more, and probably ultimately as the primary resource for reaching that audience.
I don't know. I think they just like to spend money. So, Tim, you did a little chronicle of your adventures in geekdom. Could you show us what you got?
Yeah, I was talking to several Hollywood people, just kind of talking about why they're there and what they're doing there.
Great.
Nearly all of the studios had a presence at Comic-Con 2004, which brought more than 75,000 dedicated comic book and sci-fi fanatics to an event that has grown to become one of the biggest pop culture events of the year. Eager to generate interest among dedicated fans and hopeful that they'll spread the word, studios had a bigger presence than ever to tout upcoming genre releases. Fans were treated to exclusive looks at footage from picks like Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow, as well as visits from Giovanni Ribisi and Jude Law.
You know the world that you're stepping into when you make a film like this, and you'd be crazy not to enjoy that world and recognize that world with the hope that a film like this is going to be successful and is going to be enjoyed. appreciated, understood.
Also making their presence a part of the Comic-Con excitement were members of the cast from The Lord of the Rings and the recently announced cast of Fantastic Four.
It's clobbering time.
Much to the delight of Star Wars fans, Lucasfilms chose Comic-Con, of all the possible pop culture events of the year, to fan the flames for the 2005 release of Star Wars by unveiling its title for the first time, Revenge of the Sith.
So that's major star power, Tim. Yeah. Good stuff.
You know, I think the trick is to understand why this audience is responding to this technology, why they're at this convention, and how to tie them together to market your product.
They're at the convention because they love comic books. Isn't that really the intent of the convention?
That was the original intent of the convention. Yeah,
but it's been hijacked.
Yeah, I mean, it's been co-opted by pop culture, which is Hollywood. I mean, when you walk around, there are people selling. There are a few comic book stands.
Did you have a good time?
Oh yeah, I mean it's so much fun. It's although I will say it was kind of disorienting because it's like every time I'd hear people down there talk about like the dynamic duo, they're talking about Batman and Robin. See, in Hollywood, when people talk about the dynamic duo, they're talking about you two.
No,
so
he wears tights and capes, but you know you don't want to see him. I mean, they're really something. Wow.
Not good in spandex. So, Tim, thanks for making our show geek chic. Stand by for Laura Dern.
They don't kind of know what to do with
Get caught in the crossfire.
Fire away.
Every Sunday morning, Peter Bart and Peter Goober take on Hollywood.
I'm speechless.
That's the first time.
And each week, they're joined by industry insiders who bring a unique perspective to the hottest topics in town. Next week, special guest Kevin Costner joins the Shootout. If Hollywood's talking about it, they're fighting about it. Bart.
You've said this often.
Goober.
You're always trying to get the last word.
Sunday morning Shootout. Next Sunday morning at 11 on AMC. It came from another world. It came for the thrill of the hunt. But now the ultimate hunter has met his match. Predator Collector's Edition DVD with over 5 hours of never-before-seen extras. Let the hunt begin Tuesday. Now with purchase, get a free ticket to this summer's blockbuster Alien vs. Predator in theaters August 13th.
My credit card company called me. They wanted to know if I charge 2 surfboards in Laguna Beach.
Credit card companies are on the alert for fraud.
They gave me a new card the next day.
Most credit card fraud is detected before the victim even knows about it.
I wasn't held responsible.
If we think it's not you, we'll contact you to check a purchase.
I guess it wasn't a wipeout.
Your credit card companies.
Home sweet home. Time for a fresh new look. I say start at the top with Excellence Cream from L'Oreal. Absolutely beautiful color that's hassle-free. So creamy rich it doesn't drip. Nothing protects better or guarantees my color like Excellence. Beautiful, sensational, softer than silk, and nothing covers grays better than Excellence. Assuming you have any. Thinking makeover? Start at the top with triple protection Excellence Cream from L'Oreal Paris. Because you're worth it.
Okay, people, why are these numbers off?
Well, Tim, it's been an off week.
An off quarter.
We got off to a bad start.
The budgets were off.
Way off.
Forecasts were off.
Off target. Way off.
Production was off.
Way off. Patterson's research was off.
Where is Patterson?
He took the week off.
Look, can someone just tell me how we can turn off?
How about an off-site?
That's awful.
Need some new thinking? IBM Business Consultants.
See you later.
Oh, where do you think you're going?
I'm going on vacation. Bermuda, here I come.
Oh, no. We just got a big shipment in. We got a lot of carpet to sell.
No problem. With our lowest prices and our great selection on name brand carpet and flooring, the stuff will sell itself. Yeah. Hey, wait for me.
L&S Carpets, California's largest carpet chain, will not be undersold. Buy flooring now and get 12 months zero-interest financing. L&S Carpet, where your money gets you more when you're covering up the floor.
Kitchens of distinction. GE Monogram at Pacific Sales. Create a kitchen uniquely yours. GE Monogram kitchens fit your plans beautifully. Striking, yet subtle. Kitchens like these make a statement. Quality, excellence, beauty. GE Monogram at Pacific Sales. The choice is yours. Create the ultimate kitchen. Pacific Sales Kitchen and Bath Centers, the world's best appliances at the lowest prices.
We've been married so long that you're bored? Is that it?
Terry.
No, is that what it is? Because you can leave any time.
Terry.
I mean, maybe you and I should sit down and talk about how long
Terry.
this thing is going to last between you and me.
I am not
No, it's
going
fine,
anywhere.
Jack,
I have
and the kids
never
will be
wanted to go
fine,
anywhere.
You know, if you're
I am
suffering,
not suffering,
if this is
and I
such
am
a
not.
disappointment.
What are you really worried about, Terry?
Other husbands touch their wives.
Do you see Hank fondling Edith every second?
Hank doesn't love her. He told me when you were out.
Pete, Laura Dern, eminent showbiz family, remembered for Blue Velvet, Jurassic Park, a Oscar nominee for Rambling Rose, and of course, her most recent picture is We Don't Live Here Anymore. Welcome, Laura.
Hello, gentlemen.
See you. Today in films, we see women portrayed still as sexual objects.
Thank God.
Okay, that's the answer.
Except in movies about marriage.
That's true.
Right. Then we're shrews or something else.
There's 2 or 3 of the films that you did sort of announced or practically shouted sort of edgy sexuality. I mean, that's sort of what the image was, right?
Right.
And then you jumped away from that. Probably just as well. That can get old, I suppose, over the years. But, and did a whole different genre. So the last picture you did with Mark Ruffalo, We Don't Live Here Anymore. Now, it seemed to me that was, I thought you were terrific in it.
Oh, thank you.
But it was a very serious picture. I mean, there was not a glint of humor. It was amusing because it was about, of course, academics, people who work at universities. And seeing the picture reminds me, oh, God, professors aren't a lot of fun, are they? I mean, were you sort of fighting that while you were doing this picture? It's a very intense picture.
It certainly is very heavy material, but as an actor, it's so amazing to find those kinds of characters, especially an ensemble piece where 4 actors have really interesting, morally ambiguous characters to play. That's another thing. I'm sure you both have faced so much in your careers, which is the question of making films about heroes and archetypes, or making films like I grew up watching in the 70s about flawed protagonists, which I love because I like to relate to my own confusion as a human being.
That's right.
Everybody wants somebody in a spandex suit now.
Right.
And they can shoot spider webs at them.
It would be nice, you know,
but at the same time, you know, it isn't the 70s, and these films have to play to a narrower market, whereas Jurassic Park you did, you know, you're just like the big target up close. So is that still something you want to do, playing those large, you know, kind of popcorn-type films?
I think I'd love to do it all. I mean, with Steven Spielberg, I'd love to do a movie like that again. And, you know, certainly there was a reverence and magic in that because it had never been done before. And, you know, working with dinosaurs. I mean, the whole thing was sort of like magic. But, you know, I think I'll always go where I have an opportunity to do something different. And hopefully it will be the gamut, you know?
So Governor Schwarzenegger was all over me the other day, and he says that we are going to stop runaway production. You're not going to shoot in Canada anymore. You got to make pictures in Los Angeles. You better make pictures.
He looks like he was all over you.
What?
Oh, fantastic.
So but your most recent picture was made in Canada. Did any problems?
Well, no problems, except my mother, who's been fighting in front of Congress, was not happy with me and a lot of other actors. And in fact, we did a question and answer with We Don't Live Here Anymore, Mark Ruffalo and I, last night, and someone extremely upset said, you know, I loved this film, and then I got to the end and it said filmed in Canada. You know, our only excuse in this was it was a $2 million budget and Canadian financiers put up the money, so we had to shoot in Vancouver. But it's a question I have for you. I mean, can we do this? Can we bring productions back to, because this is crazy. Every friend of mine is working in Canada right now. Yeah. Nobody's making a movie here that I know.
It is out of control in some ways, but there are more and more states like New Mexico that are putting up subsidies and are intelligently competing. And I think the good governor
better start doing it.
He better find the money to find it. You know, California's a little cash short, but there's no reason why incentives shouldn't be given within the different states. Do you agree?
Oh, God, yeah.
Well, listen, this industry was born here. For them to lose it would be a shame, it'd be a tragedy.
And it isn't just Canada, it's Australia. I mean, there's so many incentives to go so many places. But it does feel funny shooting in Vancouver because everyone is there. I don't know if you've had this experience. Every time you go down the street, you know more people there than you do in Los Angeles.
It's unbelievable. And when we were there were 36 movies shooting in Vancouver, so all the crews were taken. So, and then here are all my friends, these amazing camera operators, makeup artists, you know, sitting in LA trying to get work. I mean, that's just a tragedy.
Hey, when will they get the wake-up call here in California to recognize they're going to lose it all if they're not careful?
I don't know. I mean, my actor friends are trying to get, you know, become Canadian citizens so they can move to Toronto to get work.
Oh my gosh.
Because they can't get work in New York. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So I hope, I pray, you know, that we can, you know, write our congressman, our governor, and just demand it.
On the other hand, you got the picture made because of Canada, so good for them.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
But with your parents as occasional advisors and all their friends, I mean, you've done so many different roles over the last 10 years or so. Do you find at this point, what's the priority? Is it to do only a terrific movie, or is it to keep working?
Well, I'd love to turn this question to you guys, because here's my take on things and my dilemma. I love being an actor. I'd love to work more, but I don't find material that excites me, and I feel very proud of my body of work. If you talk to me about any film I've done, I actually can say that I feel thrilled that I did it. I feel proud of it. And I turned down a bunch of movies that I could have done and maybe would have been good to do, but I might not have been proud of them. And that's a balance I'm confused by. I don't know. What is the goal in terms of interest in the longevity of a career, you know?
Dustin Hoffman, who I've done several films with, really said something was interesting. He said in his early part of his career, he was so selective and so careful, almost to the point of just leaving all kinds of opportunities on the table. And then after he got much later in his career, now he's just more active. He chooses the best role that's available. And Jack Nicholson is a working actor, chooses a lot of roles. So the theory is, you know, depends upon the person. You know, your willingness to confront that the more films you do, some will fail. And so if you can embrace failure as a learning experience, maybe you just have to take the shot.
Yeah, that's the who can anticipate success or failure school.
Certainly that's the risk of independent film, is that you do it and, you know, I did Citizen Ruth. It's a comedy that deals with the abortion issue. You know going in, it's not necessarily going to be a wide. Yeah, that was his first film.
Yeah.
And, you know, so you know, but it's the greatest part I've ever had, you know, so of course I do it, but it's not like it's going to be widely seen. And that's such a challenge, you know, and always an actor will have an agent who says, just work, get out there, keep working. But then you just...
I do believe in that. You know, I think that you got to keep the machine oiled, you know, and sometimes being too careful, trying to be too definitive, prevents you from really having those opportunistic surprises. You know, I think that's really what part of the business is about. You know, you talk about the longevity and the trajectory of a career. Do you think some of the reasons that your folks might have been concerned is that if an actress's career, it seems so much shorter and so much more challenging than their male counterpart? You think that's really true?
I do. Don't you? I mean, I think especially if you, which I've always sort of, in a way, shied away from, that thing of the fear of being in the hot movie at 20 and getting 5 years, you know, that's such a scary thing if you love being an actor. I think that was one of the great things about watching my dad's career as a kid, was he wasn't afraid to kill John Wayne. I mean, he wasn't afraid of being the most sort of hated man, and you know, people really enjoyed his bad guy and empathized with him, even in Coming Home, which was one of my favorite performances, that it was such an incredible anti-war statement to be the man in the suit, to be that man fighting the war who believed in fighting for his country, and how it destroyed him. I just thought that was so powerful, but it really takes a level of bravery as an actor, and so it's odd as an actress to try to do the same thing, where you put yourself out there and possibly are flawed as characters, and sometimes are glamorous, and sometimes, like Citizen Ruth, you know, are hideous. I mean, it depends on the job.
I'm curious, though, and this is the time of the year that political news is constantly abuzz, and a lot of celebrities are taking really very advocate positions on candidates and issues. Do you think that the celebrity does themselves a disservice to their audience by doing that, or it's just part of their nature?
If the person has some dignity, which not saying that always comes with celebrity, the hope is that you can always turn to your own personal experience, so that I can be doing press and say how essential I feel the vote is, and if asked, you know, I have my own personal opinion. Mine is, I really want to change. I really support John Kerry and John Edwards. I support change. I'm very disheartened by all the questions I have that don't make sense to me, as opposed to anyone who supports this president is a loser, you know, whatever. You know, there are certain ways of posing it so that you can protect differences of opinion and not slam a company in their fear that you're going to sort of lambast. But, you know, Michael Moore's movies made $100+ million, which is what's exciting, which means Republicans, Democrats alike, that this is it's a new time. It's a time where we're, you know, I felt like post 9/11, one of the greatest tragedies in sort of this concept of patriotism, this new concept of patriotism, was keep your mouth shut, don't question the president, that's being patriotic. That was just terrifying, you know? So I feel like now, well, I felt like the good news with all these interesting documentaries coming out in this new time is, despite the blasting of Ronstadt, that maybe we have a right to ask questions, which I just hope we get more and more of.
Laura, thank you for joining us. It's great to talk to you.
Thank you so much. It's so great to talk to you both. What a pleasure. Thanks. Good to see you.
Okay.
Matt and James can't sing the blues, and they can't play the blues, which is fine, except their dream is to be the Blues Brothers.
I'd kill to be the Blues Brothers. I'm gonna be a blues brother?
AMC's new original series, Into Character, takes movie magic to the next level.
You gotta put your time in.
Transforming fantasies.
Pack your bags, we're going to Chicago.
Into realities.
This is why we traveled across the country. Now we're dressed like kings.
Into Character, the AMC original series, coming up next on AMC.
Oh my gosh, it's so thin. Wow, that is thin. Thin, 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 thin. And so cheesy.
And totally square.
Who delivered?
It's not delivery.
Introducing DiGiorno Thin Crust. Crispy golden crust loaded with your favorite toppings. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. Thin.
I love when it's thin.
Clorox Bleach Pen Gel lets you bleach exactly what you want to bleach, and nothing more. Clorox Bleach Pen Gel.
Where are you guys going?
To the airport.
What about the rollout?
We're on it.
You're on it?
On schedule?
On schedule.
On budget?
On budget.
Online?
Online. On target. On tracks.
And the prototype?
On a plane to Tokyo.
Carry on.
Carry on.
Carry on.
Carry on.
You carry on.
When you can respond to anything, you're on. On-demand business from IBM.
This is my TV hutch. I just dusted it. Same hutch, but I dusted it with Pledge. This is my dining table. I dry dusted this side, but this side, I dusted with Pledge.
There's a better way to look at dusting. It's Pledge. Unlike dry dusting that can leave wood looking dull and dirty, Pledge makes it easy to clean, protect, and bring out the beauty of your wood while you dust without buildup.
Pledge. It does more for my wood than just dusting ever could.
S.C. Johnson, a family company.
With rising gas prices, why make a trip to your vet's office?
Get your pet's medications delivered at the guaranteed lowest prices. 1-800-PET-MEDS, America's largest pet pharmacy. Great savings, great service, free shipping.
And it's time for the emails, Bart.
Tim from Poughkeepsie writes, is it safe to say that with domestic and worldwide box office sales, plus monster DVD and rentals and all that stuff, that any picture has a good chance of making its money back?
No, a turkey is still a turkey, and it makes that terrible gobble-gobble noise if it's a turkey. And if you got giggly, how do you pronounce that again? Chili, and you got the rights for DVDs, you got the rights to not make money.
Yep.
So it helps. DVD is a new market. I mean, when I say new market, it's not repetitive necessarily of the theatrical market. There's an audience out there separate for it, but they can smell the odor of failure just as well as anybody else.
That's true.
Jerry from Rome, New York writes, I've heard you discuss earning money in the back end, but always thought studios would hide any back end earnings. What's the deal, or really the dough?
Well, of course, you can't hide first dollar gross. And the big stars who get first dollar gross have lots of zookeepers going over the books very carefully. So can you hide things? Very hard. If you would like to shoot it out with Gruber or myself, email us at amctv.com.
And you can catch us anytime at movies.yahoo.com. Thanks for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Coming up next, Into Character, the AMC original series. Who do you want to be?
We watch people who watch movies. Some people like movies. Some love movies. But we target those who live for movies. Because we have the power to turn film fantasy into reality. We will assemble a team of masters to train and transform you.
No one threatens cocktail hour.
Hello? Each time the phone rings, you must follow our instructions precisely. And in 2 weeks, we promise you'll get into character. Into character subjects 0680A and B, Matt Susich and James Vanderberg. Film, The Blues Brothers. Characters, Jake and Elwood Blues. Meet Matt and James, two friends who hate their jobs.
Don't let me go to work.
And can't take anything seriously. Except the blues. And the Blues Brothers they revere and recite.
Digital watch broken.
But this isn't just about playing the notes.
No, those are book chords. These are blues chords.
To really know the blues, a soul-searching journey is in order.
5 minutes to pack your bags. We're going to Chicago.
Because from this point on, these boys are on a mission from God. Can we turn this into this in just 2 weeks? We've conspired with Matt and James's friends to bring them to a focus group on new musicians.
So good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for coming to our focus group. There's going to be a variety of songs, and again, I'll play each for about 30 seconds.
Matt and James, since I can really remember, I've always been big Blues Brothers fans.
Every conversation that you have with them, every even serious discussions somehow end up back at the Blues Brothers.
A line comes from Matt, a line comes from James from the movie.
I mean, it's funny and it's great, but it's just like constant.
When you get to 2, 3 in the morning and they're still kind of jamming out to blues and trying to make up blues lyrics and they really don't have it, you just kind of shake your head.
For them to be the Blues Brothers, I don't think there'd be any reason to live after that.
Yes, Hello?
Good afternoon, Matt. We've decided to turn you and your roommate James into the Blues Brothers.
No way.
In exactly 2 weeks, you'll play a gig at B.B. King's Blues Club, singing Sweet Home Chicago in front of a packed audience.
No way. The Blues Brothers.
At this time, please follow your escorts and await this phone to ring again.
Thank you.
You are about to begin your mission from God.
Oh, thank you, thank you. This is ridiculous. Oh my God. This is awesome. Dude, this is so cool. This is it. Where's it going? Where are we going?
We're with Blues Brothers. You by the deli. We're the Blues Brothers. You in that Explorer.
Yeah, right.
Blues Brothers.
Okay, I really, the words escape me. I'm gonna be a blues brother? I'm gonna be a blues brother.
Oh, I gotta sit down for this one.
I think it'd be physically impossible to
You would need
many times I've watched
an abacus of some sort that would be able to calculate.
Abacus of some sort.
I really don't even watch anymore because it's all embedded in my brain.
It is.
I can, like, see it when I see
like
things
I'm
normally.
standing off in the distance and people are like, hey Matt, what are you doing?
Watching the Blues Brothers. So basically right now the day-to-day is pretty pathetic. You know, I go to this job, I don't really know what I do, I don't think they really know what I do, and you know, it's just a long week of not doing much. It would be an excellent change of pace to get out of that daily routine and to, like the Blues Brothers, just go out and be a blues brother, you know, like go out and play to these people who love it and dance to it and make you feel something back instead of playing on your couch to the TV, to the record player, to the Cuisinart. Look at me now. Look, I'm Blues Brother. Look at me now. Check me out. Ooh.
When the limousine stops, please enter the building to your left.
This is nuts.
Matt. Matt and James.
How you doing?
How are you?
How you doing? Sam Bluesman Taylor, Blues Master.
I've been playing these blues for 49 years. If you're gonna play this music, you're gonna have to dedicate yourself to it.
Full-bodied chords other than the bar G. You know what I mean?
No, those are book chords.
I know they are. I know they are.
These are blues chords.
That's a fact. I don't want to learn them.
Yeah. 2, 3, yeah. That's it. Hold on. Then you got. That's too quick. No, you didn't do it. Yeah.
I've never been next to someone as talented.
Yeah, that's
on stage.
The most teaching I've ever gotten on, you know, when to come in and when to play. And
I gotta learn my my blues chords. I'm playing book chords.
I got a G. So now you can't sit at home and learn book chords and expect to go out and play the blues. So come on. Baby, don't you wanna go? The potential is there for them. I already know that. To that same old place by Sweet home, Chicago. You gotta go on that long ride to get where you want to go, and the blues will take you there.
We apologize for calling so late. Please come downstairs immediately to receive further instructions.
We don't know what we're doing down here, but it's cold. They told us to come down and see what's happening. Oh my! Holy Jesus! What the? I'm sorry. No way! No way! This is not. Are you Matt and James? You got 5 minutes to pack your bags. We're going to Chicago. How do you get back to the street? Ready to what? James Louis. Got your plasma TV, your microwave, PlayStation 2, stereos. You got your TVs in here. You got your back lounge. Gentlemen, welcome aboard. Now let's go to Chicago. This is nicer than where I grew up. Sorry, Mom and Dad, your house is beautiful, but this thing is... We're on a tour bus. These are leather seats. To be on a tour bus is just is the feeling of what it's like to be on the road as a musician, and that's what I want, essentially, in life. Is to understand what it's like to be on the road and tour as a musician, and this is a taste. This is a fantastic job. This is a movie fantasy of all fantasies. Fantasies lived out.
Coming up, Matt and James's journey stays out of control.
Why is the United States waging this ruthless war? Out here, due process is a bullet.
What are you going to say in that newspaper of yours?
If you want to go where the war is, this is the way.
This would be great country. Or for the war.
When you suffer from diarrhea, one thing is always on your mind, and that nausea and upset stomach, it's a constant reminder. That's why you need kaopectate. Unlike Imodium, which only relieves diarrhea symptoms, kaopectate soothes and coats to relieve diarrhea plus upset stomach and nausea. So you can actually feel back in balance. And that's a great way to feel. Kaopectate, relief that goes beyond diarrhea.
Ice cold milk and an Oreo cookie forever go together. What a classic combination. When a dark, delicious cookie, it's an icy cold sensation. One and only cream of crunchy chocolate. Oh, Oreo.
Funny how an Oreo tends to make milk disappear. Oreo, milk's favorite cookie.
They say to play the blues, you have to understand pain.
Oh, she hurts me so bad.
Diabetes can be very painful. Sticking my fingers, checking my blood sugar. You don't have to hurry.
Less pain, less blood. On your fingers or your arm. One Touch Ultra. Results in 5 seconds.
I can feel it way down in my shoes.
To play the blues, you want to feel it here, not here.
One Touch Ultra.
Don't you love commercials where everyone shouts a lot? Yeah! Well, here's one you'll love, because Shout puts the power... Compared to Shout, when OxyClean powder goes in the wash, it's diluted. No wonder Shout works better on so many stains in just one wash. Shout gets coffee. Chocolate! That's not all. Shout gets out makeup better than OxyClean poured in the wash. Even grass and grape juice. I bet that! S.C. Johnson.
Ronnie and I were gonna do guy stuff, watch the game. But no, he wants to watch cartoons.
Time to watch one show while you record another.
I said, Ronnie, we gotta watch games.
Time to call and upgrade to digital cable with the DVR from Time Warner Cable. Watch what you want whenever you want.
Now with the DVR, nobody misses a show or cartoons.
To get your DVR, call 1-888-TW-CABLE. Time Warner Cable. Now anything's possible.
It's time to give your home a new look. What a better way to do it than with carpets made from Anso nylon from L&S Carpet. Our showroom is stocked with stylish carpet from floor to ceiling. L&S Carpet carries name brand carpets and remnants, including carpets made with Anso nylon. Not only can you take advantage of our guaranteed lowest prices, but get 12 months, no payments, and 0 interest financing. Buying carpet with Anso nylon has its advantages, so stop in today.
When the bus stops, please go directly inside. There you will find the divine inspiration for your mission.
Hello. Hi, nice to meet you. I'm Short Biggs.
James. Nice
James, welcome to Wesley Center.
Thank you very much.
Welcome to Wesley Center.
Thank
God
you.
bless you.
Shar Biggs, Gospel Master.
God bless
You guys want to come on in and meet everybody?
Sure.
Okay.
We welcome you to rehearse and actually join in the choir this morning for service. You are here at a historically African-American church, and we're glad you're here. Choir, let's give them a warm welcome to.
Never have I ever experienced a more sort of touching and connected experience with other people. It was magic.
Well, in the short time that they came in and just picked up on what we were trying to teach, they really opened up their minds first, and then they opened up their heart.
I've never experienced music that powerful before. I've been to countless concerts, but that kind of power combined with music, I can't compare being on the altar to anything else because it's unlike anything I've ever experienced.
When the bus stops, please walk inside. The tempo is about to speed up.
Matt, James?
Yeah. Yes.
Come on over. Jeff Pittman, track and chat.
Matt. Jeff Pittman, Speedmaster.
Gentlemen, you can't become the Blues Brothers unless you learn high-speed driving. And where else to go to do that but Indianapolis? These cars will go 120 miles per hour, and they're not toys. They're not go-karts. They're something that can hurt you real quick. You'll want to read that carefully. There is a waiver of liability there. Gentlemen, you'll probably have noticed it also says death in there and all types of injuries. Gentlemen, you're quiet. Not nervous, are you?
Oh, no.
Not at all? You should be.
A little bit.
What's the fastest car you've driven?
A Saturn.
The car is full fiberglass with a tube frame. If you hit each other with the car, the fiberglass pretty much disintegrates and will be in pieces all over the track. You seem nervous. Are you nervous?
I'm just a little. I'd like to get a feel of how the car's gonna feel.
James?
Yeah.
Gotta put your foot down on the gas pedal. Well, certainly Matt's, he's got the comfort down already. James is just a conservative guy. I don't know where he's from or what he does.
Okay.
But he's a little bit more hesitant to put his foot down on the gas.
I think if I was on the run from the law,
I would have Matt driving.
I'd be pretty good against the cops in Chicago. So, where are we going? Wouldn't you like to know?
When the bus stops, please go into the building across the street. Our master isn't Aretha, but she's got a lot of soul to give.
Help you, boys? Matt and Chase?
Yes.
I'm Angie.
Miss Angie, Soul Food Master.
I'm going to teach you how to do soul food today.
Oh, my goodness.
You come on back here. I'll show you how to do. They make it oxtails. Take this and cut the fat. We're going to get black pepper, big base, sweet bay leaf. That's good, see? Let me get a piece. These are the oxtail. Have you ever had soul food before, Jerry?
James. And Matt.
It's
amazing. There's Andrews.
We're searching through like blues and gospel. That's what we're learning about. And this is definitely a part of that culture.
We're trying to get more of an understanding of
Yeah.
where it comes from, and so we're not just, doing it for fun. It's more, we're doing it because we know it, and to know it, you have to know the history behind it.
I love you, baby. You ain't never known Miss Angie. Come on. Baby, don't you want to go? Their music was good. I love their music.
Come off the bus and be greeted with such love and attention is can't ask for anything more. It's Thank you so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. That was good. Thank you. It sure was. And I hope them good luck, wherever they go.
99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. I win. I got a pair of queens and an ace. You beat me again.
Coming up, the J&M Blues Machine pulls into its final stop.
I love Winchester 73.
Two city boys struggle to make themselves at home on the range.
See, I'm riding and Joe's still sitting.
That's not riding. And get ready for a showdown.
The challenge is officially on.
Cause this town ain't big enough for the two of them.
You gonna shake my hand?
No, I'm not gonna shake you.
Oh.
Two movie people, one movie fantasy. Just 2 weeks to make it a reality. Into Character. An all-new episode premieres Wednesday night at 10.
We're making something new. Honey Bunch of Oats with peaches. And bananas. So we're spreading the word.
Wow, real peaches.
Honey oat clusters, flakes.
Bananas.
New Honey Bunch of Oats with peaches. And bananas.
Tom, look at me. Are we ever going to get married?
Thank you.
Well, you've never said that to me before.
I mean it. Thank you.
Amazing what a simple thank you can do. Introducing Thank You from Citi, a new kind of rewards program. Easy to earn, easy to redeem. That's a card you can count on.
There are good ideas. There are great ideas. Then there are ideas that meet a higher standard. And those are the only ideas that make it into our trucks and SUVs. GMC Professional Grade Engineering. It's not more than you need, just more than you're used to.
It's incredible news, and we just can't keep it bottled up. Listerine's as effective as floss. Clinical studies prove it. So even if you don't floss like you should, now you can get its healthy benefits from simply rinsing. Listerine kills the germs that cause plaque, even between teeth. So it's as effective as floss, and it's so easy. Listerine, as easy as rinsing, as effective as flossing.
Why
Why do people eat cereal bars in the afternoon? Cereal is for the morning. New Newton's bars have real strawberries, creamy yogurt flavor, and moist Newton's cake. They're much more appropriate for the afternoon. New Newton's bars in the cookie aisle.
When the bus stops, please go directly inside the club. A blues legend awaits.
Oh my God. Hey, man. What's up, man? How you doing, James? Man? James, how you doing, man? You gotta be Matt. I am. Yeah, man.
Buddy Guy, Chicago Blues Master.
Where's your guys' dark glasses at in your big black hat?
We had no hats yet. This is a thrill. This is unbelievable. I really don't understand. Well, maybe you do. I don't know.
Chicago is the capital because I learned everything I know right here when those guys was living, man. Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Water, Sonny Boy. You got married?
No.
You know, man? Good. Well, then sleep with your guitar. And you have to spend that time with that instrument because if you think I got it all and don't need to learn nothing else, drop it. So you guys enjoy yourself and don't forget, come on over with me and have a shot of cognac when you get time. And all the jitters go away.
All right.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Holy
Guy!
Buddy Guy!
Christ,
Just shook my hand. Buddy Guy in his club. Ridiculous.
Buddy Guy just shook my hand.
That was
Buddy
unbelievable.
Guy. We're gonna go back inside and drink with Buddy Guy.
And we're gonna booze it with him.
We're gonna go back inside and drink with Buddy Guy. I'll see you later.
Peace out.
Beyond my wildest fantasies, dreams, anything that could possibly happen to me just happened on this trip.
With the blues, you gotta put your time in, and that's what they did. You gotta go through Sunday to get to Mondays, no shortcuts, and they did it. They went through it. They put they got into the song. It's just amazing to me.
You'll find us again in the middle of the night, thinking of things, reminiscing of times long ago.
I think the experience as a whole was just way more than I had ever imagined it would even turn out. I mean, when we were told that we were getting picked for this, it was sort of just like a fun, sounded like a fun idea, and it was so great, and we loved the movie, and we loved, the music and the whole, everything that goes with that. But then the stops that we made and the things that we did were just it totally blew my mind. It changes your outlook on life. You can have an experience like this, and it's just totally ridiculous, and then you can go back.
The dream makers. Oh, I can't wait to just suit up and see what it looks like and see what it feels like to be in the movie. That just is such an important part.
Yeah, that's the ridiculous part is we haven't even peaked yet. We still have this last performance that is going to be totally insane.
Nice.
Whoa.
This watch?
One Timex digital watch broken.
This is nice.
This is why we did what we did. This is why we traveled across the country.
This is why we are.
And now we're here. Now we're dressed like kings.
was unbelievable. That was unbelievable, the definition of fun. The most unbelievable feeling I've ever felt. That was unreal. They were the Blues Brothers. It was absolutely perfect.
It was just awesome.
It was so phenomenal.
This has been the most thrilling ride I've ever experienced.
They're not going to be able to stop after this.
They're ready for wherever they want to go.
Our mission from God has been accomplished.
Character development complete.
I absolutely love watching films on TV. I like watching...
Coming up next on AMC, Sahara.